Okay, let's see if this works. I sincerely hope it does. Okay, there we go. Finally, like an hour later. Yeah, but I kept you waiting initially, and then... The thing is, this is a long level, too. So just... we got really far in, I remember. Like, we were on, like, right near the second gondola, I think. I think you're right, yeah, we were... Yep, we were almost to the final boss fight, yep. We were about to fight Regret. I remember, and then it just crashed. Yeah, I hope so. And I'm gonna do a lot of research again into why my router's misbehaving. I died so many times in this spot when I did my solo run.
No one can stop me!
Because on Legendary there's like 8 jackals. And they all one-shot you like immediately.
Demon!
I could let you cyborg. What do you? Incoming!
Oh, that's cool. Oh yeah, nice. I got a Bane one.
You okay?
Yeah. I didn't know they had Halo ones. That's really sick. Because I saw one of like Darth Vader, and that was
We
it.
got a phantom.
Right. Who cares? It's for a good cause. Holy shit. That's great.
Cortana, the Covenant's getting nosy. I don't want to give away my position, so I'm rerouting a few stragglers back to you. I apologize. These Pelicans are all the support you're gonna get.
Understood, ma'am.
gondola's launching from the far towers. Big surprise, it's full of Covenant reinforcements.
Hey, there's a sniper here if you want to hear that really kick-ass noise.
Got another hostile.
Yeah. Having played all the Halo games, I feel like Halo 2 has like the most powerful weapons. Like every weapon makes you feel like, oh yeah, I can take on like entire worlds. Yeah. Because it was just so good in Halo 1. Right. That's what I liked about Halo 2 is like, there was no, like in Halo 5, man, there's just so many weird things. Like, so in 2017 when the 1X came out, they updated the game. And they updated the sandbox too, the weapon sandbox. And Halo 5 has like a shitload of weapons,
This
right?
lake
Because
couldn't
of
have been
the
formed
damn
by
Rex
volcanic
system.
action, which means it was either built
But
this way on
everything sort of
purpose
just
or was
worked. They
created
did
by
a really
some
good
other
job with it.
cataclysmic event.
And then they tuned a lot of the
Sorry,
weapons, and
were
they
you
made
trying to kill
everything just
something?
like, they just broke everything. Like the BR is like absolutely worthless, like mathematically worthless. Shit. It just feels really off. Because they added like recoil to it, which Halo is not a game where you want recoil. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, which doesn't make sense, and that's what like Halo 2. I think Halo 2 multiplayer is the best. Even though Halo 3 is when I first played online. But I really like you just have to be really good at moving and shooting. It's simpler, but it's harder to be good at it. Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Nice. This actually, I'm glad you actually said that because I didn't realize this was a very good spot to do that.
Ah, now I see. There's a submerged section that connects these towers to the outlying structures. Looks like we're going down. Unless you'd prefer to swim.
I don't know why it works. I remember when I was a kid, I tried it one time and it worked, and I was so excited. I never understood why it works though. And then a few years back when I
I've intercepted a
started
secure
watching
transmission from Regret's
Halo 2
carrier to
speedrun
something
videos.
called High Charity.
This was something that people
it
did.
seems to be a formal apology to the prophets
I
of
don't know why, I
truth
just
and
found it
mercy.
really entertaining.
Apparently, Regret jumped the gun when he attacked Earth. He's asking the other prophets to forgive his
Yeah.
premature arrival, arguing that no human presence was foretold. That explains why there were so few ships in his fleet.
Sometimes
It's
it
odd
does.
a prophet
Like
would
there
have
was
such
one,
bad
like a few
intel about
times
his
where
enemy's
like
homeworld.
one jackal survives. So there's a guy. I don't know if you ever want to do the speed runs for Halo CE and Halo 2. Just let me know. There's a guy who he carried me through for the Halo 2 speed runs, or speed run, excuse me. He's so good. And you know, it's one thing watching videos on YouTube, but when you see someone like on your screen doing it, it's fascinating. Yeah. Yeah. And he's so chill about it too. He's just like, yeah, you know, it's just speedrun Halo 2 all the time. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. And what's great is like if you can just follow directions. He just told me things to do, like, hey, kill this guy, stand here. And as long as you're like competent enough to like aim and shoot, he just gets you to make his life easier, and he just walks you through it. No, like what you're doing right now, that's the extent of what you need to do with it. Yeah. That's it. Because he knows where all...
And
so the
people
Halo
say,
2,
I've got a big head.
the most annoying thing is the jackals, right? And so he knows obviously knows all the spawns. He'll just tell you to stay back whenever there's jackals around. And then he just kills them, and he says, like, you know, you can move up. But obviously, it doesn't mean you don't think independently. If you know where there are jackal snipers, like, I just stayed back. And then once I knew they were dead, or if I knew it was an area where they weren't there, like, I would just help them out, like, shoot at enemies from behind cover. Maybe. Yep, did the same thing again. You remember last time I jumped and I got stuck on top of the door? Yep. As soon as I jumped, I realized, oh wait, I did this. I held back on the thumbstick, but nope, we got stuck again.
Regret's carrier just received a response from High Charity. A very well encrypted message from the Prophet of Truth. Listen to this. Your haste has jeopardized the fulfillment of our covenant, threatened our grand design. That you shall be spared a public display of our contempt is thanks only to Mercy and his wise counsel. Truth, mercy, regret. 3 prophet hierarchs. Killing regret should shake up the Covenant leadership.
Yeah.
But frankly, it sounds like you might be doing Truth a favor.
Ah.
Our whole multiply.
Pardon? I am. At least I think I am. Oh. I hope it is. Usually, like, oh my god, yeah, I hope it is, because I update the app, like, relogging. I don't think that should be coming.
This is my last run, Chief. I'm nearly out of fuel. We secured the first tower cluster, so I'll set down there. Call when you're ready for evac.
God, I love feeling that too. It's so fast, but like without all the yeah, but no like no without any like fluff. Yeah.
How's it going, you two? So far, so good. We're approaching the main temple now. Roger that. I'm as close to the library as I can get. There's some sort of barrier. We're trying to find a way around it. I'll keep you posted.
I'll be a good girl, I promise.
What the hell? Did you hear that? Someone just said, "I'll be a good girl, I promise."
Chief,
Oh,
fire
that
on
was probably
that
her.
position.
At the 19-minute mark.
That better.
Yeah. That was funny as hell.
See that?
There's so much
Look
innuendo
out!
in some of the lines the Marines have.
Watch yourself! That guy!
Gross. Do you really? It's cute when you see it on like birds. But when that's I think that's where it comes from. Doesn't it? Oh. I guess you're
Got
right.
contact, high.
See, I always thought it came from birds, because there's really... One of my favorite videos of all time involves a bird saying that. I will. Yeah, it's so adorable. Yeah.
The Covenant fleet has launched multiple waves of phantoms. Too many for me to track, and we don't have much time.
This was the
There's the
hardest
target. Take him out.
Oh my god, it was so hard.
All over this place. Watch your back.
Oh, that makes
Bad
sense.
news.
I died,
The
but he
phantoms are
didn't.
turning around. The fleet is preparing to fire on our position. We need to get out of here.
I love this bit of detail where the enemies just don't even attack you after you kill Regret. No, it's like, it's intentional. Because the Covenant's just sort of like, what the fuck, you just killed our prophet, like we don't even know what to do anymore. They're just kind of like shocked.
This is not your grave. But you are welcome in it.
That I don't know. I don't recall. I know there's, like in Halo Wars 2, there's a proto-grave mind, which is like an almost grave mind. Yeah. Like, they're very powerful. Another cutscene. I love these cutscenes.
This is
Yeah.
unprecedented. Unacceptable.
I think it says a lot
Hierarch is
both
dead,
about
Commander.
the new graphics and the old. Like the new graphics just suit
His murderer was
the
within
game
our
so well.
grasp. No, Holy One.
Are you questioning my decision?
No, Holy One.
The Guard was a radical step.
My concern that the brutes...
Recommissioning the Guard was a radical step. But recent events have made it abundantly clear that the elites can no longer guarantee our safety.
I shall relay your decision.
Politics, how tiresome. Do you know, Arbiter, the elites have threatened to resign, to quit the High Council, because of this exchange of hats?
We have always been your protectors.
These are trying times for all of us.
Even as the humans' annihilation filled us with satisfaction, the loss of one of the sacred rings racked our hearts with grief.
Putting aside our sorrow, we renewed our faith in the prophecy that other rings would be found, and see how our faith has been rewarded.
Halo, its divine wind will rush through the stars, propelling all who are worthy along the path to salvation.
But how to start this process? For ages we searched for one who might unlock the secrets of the rings. An oracle. And with your help we found it.
With appropriate humility, we plied the Oracle with questions, and it the key.
You will journey to the surface of the ring and retrieve this sacred icon. With it, we shall fulfill our promise
Salvation for all.
and begin the great journey.
Once the shield is down, we will head straight to the library. I do not wish to keep the Hierarchs waiting.
The human that killed the Prophet of Regret. Who was it?
Who do you think?
The demon is here?
Why? Looking for a little payback?
Retrieving the icon is my only concern.
Of course. Lower the shield, Arbiter. I'll pick you up when you finish.
So I was gonna actually tell you like the story of how the prophets came to power. That's so interesting and fascinating. So the prophets, they know that what they're saying is just total bunk. But if they admit to that, then they'll lose all their power. So they continue to spread the lies that humanity is filth and that the Great Journey is this like wonderful thing. But like you remember when we first played as the Arbiter and we killed that elite. So he knew. Yeah, so he knew because 343 Guilty Spark explained everything to him, and then he's like, "Oh fuck." Yeah.
Arbiter! Go!
Fun fact: this is, I think, the only level that you play
Arbiter,
alongside
our
Jackals.
savior! Stupid jackals, say thank you.
Nope.
Getting close to one of the shield generators.
Yeah.
Many of my brutes have fallen attempting to take it down. Let's see if you fare better.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Ooh. I'd pick cars. Yeah. 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 I mean... Yeah. But you know when you... Have you heard of... I learned about it like last year. Have you heard of like the Dunning-Kruger effect? So in summary, it's basically like why are certain like so many dumb people like they're like overconfident in their oh my god they're overconfident in their knowledge of things, but and then people end up listening to them because of that bravado. Meanwhile, like PhDs and like NASA engineers, they're but the thing is, like, you're aware of that. Like, a lot of people aren't. And so what happens is like a lot, like when it's not like they're stupid. It's just that they're not aware of the fact that they don't know enough. So to them, like they think that what I know is the extent of the knowledge on that topic. But experts in their field know that the more questions you ask, the more you don't know, sort of thing, you know? Or, sorry, that's not phrasing it right. Like, the more you learn, the more questions you're gonna have. And so they sort of, they have that perspective of saying, like, I know this much, but there's so much I don't know, and this is how much I don't know. And so, and that taught me a lot, because, like, a lot of times, like, I used to hesitate a lot for, like, a lot of things. I used to be shit scared of a lot of things. Still am. Working to fix that. But I learned, like, if you're aware of it, you should have the confidence to say, like, I don't know this, but I know this much, and I know that this is true. Whereas, instead of allowing people who don't know enough, who think they know enough, to sort of just keep going on with just saying, like, I know everything. Because then, ultimately, who does that harm? It's you and the rest of your community. Right. But that was very eye-opening, because there's a few times where I've done that without realizing what I was doing, and now I know. And that just makes you sort of look dumb. To like the people who see it, like, they can tell you're just being dumb. Regardless of what context it's in. Shit. Flood is so dangerous in this game. Yeah. They're almost as bad in this. There's one spot in the next level, whereas like the next level is a vehicle, pretty heavy on vehicles, and there's one spot where a rocket flood just hides, and if you play on like a higher difficulty, he just gets you. Okay. If you headshot them, you can headshot them. Like aim for, so you know how like the combat forms, so like the converted like humans and elites. If you see their like head like sticking backwards, so like they have the infection forms are in their chest. So if you aim at their chest, you'll get a headshot. Or you could do that. It's sort of like a hot dog, but covered on top, right? With bread. Oh, yes. Yes.
Proceed to the objective. We'll hold down as long as we can. Get it off me! Suppressive fire! Suppressive fire!
You guys make some like really sweet meals. No, I mean like you and Deborah specifically. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, because I've noticed, like, people think, like, or get that idea that you're fat, you know, for eating a lot, but then at the same time, you know, if you're fit, and you're eating a lot, like, that sort of doesn't make sense, right? Like, you're not Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Great. I still remember, like, in 2013, I think, he posted one of his cheat meals, because he said he had... Oh, I think there's a... Is that... I think this is a terminal. No, it's not. Oops. I think he said he'd eaten clean for, like, 6 months. And so he said he had nothing about eating any junk for, like, 6 months. And he had his cheat meal was pancakes, and his entire kitchen was like full of pancakes, and he ate all of them. it's Yeah. What's that? Yeah. Who's sorry? Yeah. But sorry, the whole point of me even bringing up earlier the Dunning-Kruger thing when you asked me about like cars or Halo for like the trivia thing. So yeah, like I mean, I learn something new every day. Like whenever, again, another tangent. So like this year, I'm like totally taking a huge step back on like how much I spend time gaming. And so I'm catching, right. So like for years and years I've been a subscriber of Car and Driver. It's like I love that magazine so much. But in college I fell behind on my on reading them. And so recently I read the December 2014 issue. I finished it this morning. And so in high school I used to read every single word on every single page. Then I stopped doing that just because it was I mean, it's like impossible to memorize everything anyway. So in college, I got distracted by other things. And nah, college it was just a weird time. But anyway, so no. That was good. So like I fell behind on reading them, and so then when I did read them, I thought, hey, let's streamline this a little bit. It's just impractical to read every single word. So then I started there were certain parts of the magazine I'd read every single word of, like all the columns and editorials, and like certain articles. Like if it was like my new favorite car, I'd definitely read that, or like a significant like. I just pick out topics, and the other stuff I'd just skim through and get the highlights of. So instead of reading like 100% of it, I read like 60 to 80% of it. But anyway, so like I read that issue, and just in every issue of Car and Driver there's something new. But the thing is, like, I'm confident enough that I know that since childhood, like I've just been. Oh, I died too. Flood came from. No, it was a flood. He came from behind and just smacked me. Yeah, so like, I know there's so much I don't know about cars. So what some might consider even like basic things, depending on who you talk to. But I'm confident enough that I know what happens in a car from the time you turn the key to the time you shut it off. You start driving and so on, and then at least a good understanding of how they're manufactured. Etc. Etc. Yeah. And I was confident enough in my knowledge and love that's sort of like the main reason I chose to study engineering. It's because of that, and it was really sort of. For one, disappointing, but also sort of funny. I was so obsessed with it, and I taught myself so much in high school that like when I got to college and whatever car topic would come up, a lot of my professors were really quick to actually teach me. And there were times I corrected them, and they were like, "No, I'm the professor. I know more than you." And afterwards, I was like, "The hell, man." That's not right. I could show you primary sources that you're wrong. But yeah, we didn't learn a whole lot about that. Right, exactly. Right.
It seems you yeah. Stupid beast.
But yeah, so that's what I would say. I know enough, and I love it enough that I know a lot. But obviously there's a lot I don't. So, finally, to answer your question, that is why I would do your trivia. Yeah. Well, I mean, so like bridges and like roads and stuff, that's civil engineering. So that's all the stuff that you don't really want to move. Or you don't really want moving. You know? In terms of like, you don't want the entire structure in general displacing. Right. Right. And then mechanical engineering it's like the more general sort of engineering, but the main thing with mechanical is engineering for the stuff that moves. So a car is like the perfect
In the center of this
airplanes.
Zone is a sacred icon critical to the great journey. I must
the chemical processes involved in
we shall cut into
like
the heart of this infestation, retrieve the icon, and burn any flood
that's like a lot of that is thermodynamics, which is a big part of mechanical
Parasite is not to be trifled with. I hope you know what you're doing.
Gears, I mean, you'd point to like anything and just see like there's engineering behind it.
Fear not pain or death. Go, Arbiter. I'll follow when our reinforcements arrive.
Oh yeah, I'm good. Right here. No, it's standing right in front of you. Or, I guess right up, like to your right.
Ready. Coming aboard. on my way.
There's yeah, they got a different artist to like make like brand new songs. So like the guitar riff you're hearing is a different guy. No, they don't have anything that's which is kind of perhaps I misunderstood. Did you mean like if you play with classic graphics? Yeah. 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 Right. Yeah. So they think I understand. So if you play in the classic graphics, it is the exact same thing. But if you play an anniversary, they got a new guy to like remake the songs because they couldn't. I think for the anniversary part, they couldn't use the same music. Plus, yeah. But I must say, like, the song they use in place of Blow Me Away, it's not bad. It's quite good. Yeah. Yeah. Really afraid of going there. That's really logical. So I was surprised you just didn't die. Maybe out there. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Yep. It just destroyed my tank. Yeah. And he's just gone. Nowhere in sight. Pro wrestling is a cool thing to be into. I used to be hooked on it when I was like 6. I was afraid I did too, because it's like I saw you walking towards it right after I fired. But thankfully, it wasn't a direct hit. I'm with you on that. Like this and the previous level are they're good levels. I don't know why they're just not very. They're not really the ones you immediately think of. Yeah. Yeah. Every game has had this. If you get a chance, when you're hold down A while you're driving your Ghost, you'll see the front end lift up a little bit. Just to go over like obstacles. Yeah, yeah, so if you... Yeah. Yeah. I only learned about it a couple years back. It's like Halo 5, it's like more prominent. Like it's... you know, newer technology and stuff, it just feels more obvious. But then I think every game has it, like including Halo 1. I forget. Oh, terminal. Right here. But oh, you know what? And the same on the same theme of things. Would you play a Borderlands game that was structured like Halo? Yeah. 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 Yeah, that was my I liked it. Like that was my first Borderlands game. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. spectacular. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah, that was a little yeah. Yeah. If you get a chance, I don't know if you're into audiobooks or not, but he had an audiobook that came, I think he released it in either 2018 or 2019, called I Can't Make This Up. Yeah, Kevin Hart. No, it's his book. It's just his journey as a kid to like how he ended up in like being a pretty big star. But he doesn't just sort of like jerk himself off. He talks about like a lot of like life lessons he learned along the way. It's really cool. It made me really like him after listening to it. Or let me rephrase. Made me like him more than I already did. Like I was like, oh yeah, Kevin Hart, cool dude. And then I listened to his book. I'm like, dude, you're awesome. Like, oh my. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and he does talk about that. Like he criticizes himself. He criticizes his girlfriend and stuff. So I think it's a fair take. Like he doesn't just sort of say, "Oh, she's a bitch." He says that a little bit. She would do this and that. Right. And he doesn't like portray himself as like the saint or like followers. Okay, too slow. The flood is so nerfed in Halo 3. No, nerfed. Like they're so much weaker. Like most of them go down with one punch. Yeah. Yeah, because like they're way too powerful in this. I found. If you go invisible, yep. Probably just gonna die. This part was very hairy and legendary for me too. And all is well. Halo 2 tank is undoubtedly my favorite vehicle. Or my favorite tank. It moves fast. You got machine guns and massive cannons. Yeah. Yeah, it's I read a couple of his tweets because they came up when I opened Twitter. It's kind of weird. Some of the stuff he does. That's a question. Well, I mean, so you know how there was like the fucking like insurrection a few weeks back, right? And I stay away from politics because it's we're at a time and age where, and we have been for many years, where any discussion of politics just sort of devolves into like very it somehow becomes very personal. Yeah, it just becomes very personal for people, and instead of sort of being like where, you know, the 08 election where it was Obama and McCain just sort of saying, I can run the country better than you, rather than saying you're a piece of shit and you're just going to destroy this nation. And I really liked that election cycle because they both respected and liked each other so much. And so anyway, that was my little preface. Like, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on. If someone's attacking your capital, that's beyond just like being displeased with something, you know? Like that's unacceptable. It's just treason. And I was really, really pissed off at that day because, like, you know, I don't care what your political views are, but there are certain, yeah, like that's a line you don't cross. And if you're accepting something like that, then I can't, like, you know, I love my nation. For to hear someone try to defend it it's beyond my understanding and acceptance. Like that's one of the lines I just can't. One of the things I just can't accept is when someone shits on America to the point of saying it's okay for me to see it get destroyed. Like, what makes our nation great is that you can openly criticize it, and that's an important part of how the nation's run. But you can't attack it physically. It's just not okay. And so, and that doesn't just apply to like the Capitol riots. You know, when people were looting stores, attacking their own cities, I was like, what the hell? Like, what's wrong with you? You know, but if it's a capital, it's like a different thing. You know, like that's the heart of the nation. And to so many people around the world, that's like the symbol of democracy. And so it's a whole new ball game. But anyway, so finally getting to the point, there were just some tweets concerning where he was sort of trying to defend
I'll
it.
deal with these beasts.
That's what I saw. I mean, I'm sure he's sort of involved with other things too.
I see that coward didn't join you. I'll do what I can to keep the flood off your back.
Like I felt like just really sad and really angry that day, and then to see people defend it like him. It's just that's not being American at all. Like insurrection is not.
Look,
it's
up ahead. The parasite gathers.
It's something that was necessary during like British rule because of like the way Britain was ruling the colonies, but man, like we're not at a point where like that's acceptable. Hey, hold on. I did notice that. I'm going to look at it again. Elites have... Holy shit, I think the first three added better.
Hold your ground.
They're dual-wielding weapons. Because I think there was a bug with... where elites wouldn't really... Oh, if you want to avoid all this fighting, really good trick. And it's just going to the right spot, just sitting there. I think this is it. No, this isn't it. Maybe. Let's see. Yep, this is it. And so you just climb up and just keep on walking up that, and then you'll drop down. Just make sure you don't slide around too much. There you go. And if you look down, you're standing on nothing. Yeah. So now, like, you see on your left, like, they can't attack you. It's a really fun fight sequence. But this goes on for a long time. There's a lot of potential for death. Ryan, how often do people talk about the Queen? And like in day-to-day life, I don't mean like on TV. Right.
The humans are already inside, Arbiter. After them, I'll watch the perimeter.
Right. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. Yeah, I really like her. I think it's also good when you're in the public eye that you're not making the news too much.
Hurry, Arbiter! Get the icon!
Right. Right. Ultimately, like, inconsequential. Which I think is a good sign. She's also really pretty. That doesn't hurt. I think she's really pretty. Oh.
Gotcha.
You know, your father never asked me for help either.
The index is secure.
Mackenzie, Perez, how's our exit? You hear me, Marines? We got trouble.
Holy shit, I didn't know this. I was just trying to find the one of the actors in this. You know the TV show The Clone Wars?
How you doing?
So there's a Star Wars TV show called The Clone Wars. The guy who voices... Yeah. The guy who voices Obi-Wan is the same person who voices the Grey
you all right?
in Halo 2.
Johnson!
No, D. Brandon.
Excellent work, Arbiter. The Hierarchs will be pleased.
The icon is my responsibility.
Was your responsibility. Now it is mine. A bloody fate awaits you and the rest of your incompetent race. And I, Tartarus,
Sorry, he's not
the
Obi-Wan.
brutes
My
will
mistake.
send
That's James
to
Arnold
it.
Taylor. He does the clone
Prophets learn of
troopers.
this, but they will take your head.
When they
Nice
learn.
think.
Fool. They ordered me to do it.
Yeah, so there was one in 2003, ended in 03, and then one that started in 08. And then there was a movie called The Clone Wars, which... Reboot. Yeah, reboot. The Clone Wars is one of my favorite TV shows of all time. It's spectacular, and I say that from like storytelling, not ignoring the fact that it's a Star Wars thing. The storytelling involved, character development.
What is
It
that?
is. It's almost perfect.
I am a monument to all your sins.
And it made me a fan of one of the newer characters in Star Wars.
Relax. I'd rather not piss this thing off.
Yeah.
Demon.
Ahsoka, yeah. That's one of my favorite characters now.
This one is machine and nerve.
It's really, really cool.
And has its mind concluded.
I shouldn't be talking.
This one is but flesh and faith, and is the more deluded.
Kill me or release me,
Great,
parasite.
looks disgusting.
But
They
do
did
not
such a
waste
good
my
job with him.
There is much talk, and I have listened through rock and metal and time. Now I shall talk, and you shall
It's still disturbing.
Greetings.
6 plus 6, 7 years later.
Penitent Tangent. I am monitor of installation 05.
And I am the Prophet of Regret, Council of Most High,
Yeah.
Hierarch of the Covenant.
A reclaimer? Here? At last. We have much to do. This facility must be activated if we are to control this outbreak.
Stay where you are. Nothing can be done until my sermon is complete.
Not true. This installation has a successful utilization record of 1.2 trillion simulated and 1 actual. It is ready to fire on demand.
Of all the objects our lords left behind, there are none so worthless as these oracles. They know nothing of the great journey!
And you know nothing about containment. You have demonstrated complete disregard for even the most basic protocols.
This one's containment. And this one's great journey are the same. Your prophets have promised you freedom from a doomed existence. But you will find no salvation on this ring. Those who built this place knew what they wrought. Do not mistake their intent, or all will perish as they did before.
This thing is right. Halo is a weapon. Your prophets are making a big mistake.
Your ignorance already destroyed one of the sacred rings, demon. It shall not harm another.
If you will not hear the truth, then I will show it to you. There is still time to stop the key from turning. But first it must be found. You will search one likely spot, and you will search another. Fate had us meet as foes, but this ring will make us brothers.
We are, all of us, gravely concerned. The release of the parasite was unexpected, unfortunate, but there is no need to panic. In truth, this is a time to rejoice. A moment that all the Covenant should savor. For the sacred icon has been found. With it, our path is clear, our entry into the divine beyond guaranteed. The great journey is nigh, and nothing, not even the flood, can stop it.
Boo.
Kill the demon!
Brutes! The faster you can kill those brutes, the better. They don't have shield generators, but take them out before...
Oh, this one was insane. On Legendary. Seeing him, seeing my...
Demon has infiltrated the council chamber! Protect the hierarchs! Seal the exits!
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, just because this is widely regarded as like one of the hardest levels to complete. For me, it was the second hardest because I found Regret to be the hardest. Actually, no, this was the third hardest for me. It's incredibly difficult. Like this beginning portion is very hard on Legendary. Because there's brutes and like grunts that just throw grenades all over the place. And some of it is random. So you have to be just really on top of things.
Put me down on one of the pedestals near the door.
Yeah. No, that's different.
That prophet, Truth,
I'm not pro.
he has the index. You've got to take it from him.
Yeah.
Let me get these doors.
Yeah.
Go. It'll be easier to track Truth if I stay in the network.
Yeah. I missed where I was supposed to land. Yeah, so that thing you bounced off of is where you're supposed to land. I completely missed it. It's a way to sort of get by a lot of enemies, but... Yeah. I haven't played this one in a while, but I really like it.
Right this way.
Watch out for the captain. It's got a brute shot.
Sure. Just because it's so much sugar.
Reinforce all approaches to the holding pens. Slay the demon on sight.
They're beefing up their patrols. Stay sharp.
No, that's a little bit away.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, a little bit away.
I'm reading
This is quite a long
ISS
level.
transponders.
It's this level, yeah.
Signals are originating somewhere below your position.
Yeah.
There's another lift in the next.
The guy who voices the grunts is Joseph Stuck. And I think he was like in charge of like all the writing and storytelling for this game. And for like 1 and 3 also. And now they brought him in for Infinite a few months ago. I mean, he's like in a very like high leadership role. Honestly, I did look what he was doing, and I've completely forgotten, which is on me because I've been forgetting a lot of stuff recently.
Take cover!
But yeah, it's really exciting for everyone because he's really into his work in like a really good way. Like you hear like all the grunts, like their voices are just so funny.
I live for that.
On the right path.
There are 2 groups of Marines in this detention block. I'll zero their locations. You neutralize the guards.
Yeah.
Quietly.
This is the hardest part in Legendary. Yeah. Like that one moment in MCC where the guy goes like, "No covenant, you had to open your mouth."
Just inside. Careful of the guards.
Alright.
Come to the lower level. More guards, get ready.
Hello.
What?
Wow.
Incoming!
Okay, medical. I'm sorry, I have carrots in there. I heard Marines, I'm assuming you got them. Yeah, nice.
grav lift.
Wait, explain that again. Do you mean like game I've just put the most time into, or?
What's that?
Oh.
You want more?
Oh.
Hostile reinforcements coming down the lift.
For like a long time, because there are a lot of games I just sort of put away because I don't have anymore. Or it's just, I figure it's going to be a lot of time just wasted and I could be doing something more fulfilling. Really through the glass. But for a long time it was Master Chief Collection where I thought like the speedruns and this were just stupid hard. And then I learned about a ton of like workarounds and you know how you can ask for help and there are other people just willing to do like willing to help. Did you die? Just disappeared. Like I saw you fire a couple of shots and you just weren't there.
Fear not, my brothers, the sacred icon is secure. It was Tartarus and his brutes who took the icon. For that they have our thanks.
Excellent. Truth is broadcasting on the moon, which will make it much easier to track.
Hi, man!
As soon as you said that, I saw the brain just plop down from the top of your head. Yeah. Oh, okay.
The elites have failed to protect the prophets, and in so doing put all our lives at risk. Let no warrior forget his oath. Thou and fate will keep us safe whilst we find the path.
I've got a fix on food just outside this tower, Chief. There's an exit nearby. Hurry.
Right.
With my blessing, the brutes now lead our feet. They ask for your legion, and you shall give.
You wouldn't believe the number of kill systems the Covenant are throwing down around me. Not to worry, it's pretty sloppy stuff. I guess they never expected a hostile intelligence to penetrate their network from the inside.
Jeez. And how long does it take to get one? Yeah. So the next.
The Covenant just destroyed 2 of their own ships, and I'm hearing reports of small arms fire throughout their fleet.
Creatures of the Covenant.
You get like 5 minutes to play. I'll send you something I wrote up. But like every year I have like resolutions. And oh my god, stop chasing me. Hunter has it in for me. Sorry, I'm just
Slip space rupture. It's in amber clad.
So this year my resolution centers around gaming or like not doing it, so that I can more effectively focus on the things that I like, want to accomplish as part of my resolutions. So like the next game I start, it'll definitely be it'll be either Elite or Red Dead 2, because I do have a deep interest in playing those two. But basically what it boils down to. Yeah. Yeah, which is okay. 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 Oh, that's kind of cool. There's a guy with a sword just chasing me. Oh, man, Ice killed me. I thought he was just good. I was just so entertained. He just turned around and swipes at me.
See the icon safely placed.
Rise, Pack Brothers! Cast down the elites!
There are those who said this day would never come. What are they to say now?
Once the towers are cleared, we'll drive them from the lower districts!
Yeah. Did we go backwards? No, we're... no, we're not. Yeah, I got turned around because I died. Pretty sure we've... Yeah, yeah. Ah!
I have listened to the order, and it confirmed in our deepest hope. The great journey begins, leader.
The elites have fallen back to the Mausoleum. Fools! They're all getting back for now.
Who would doubt the prophets? What have we for?
One of the reasons why this is so hard. It's just everyone's just like quite aggressive. Like on I think the time to die on legendary is like under a second. Which so by the time you like react to something shooting at you, you're almost dead.
Careful now.
It's also the only Halo game I don't actually enjoy playing on legendary. Halo 1's hard. It's definitely one of the harder ones. Yeah. Yeah. There are a few more grenades. Oh my god. Everyone's just hurling grenades. I backed into a room and there was like a grenade that just flew like from the side of my face from behind me.
If we're going to catch Truth, we'll need to take a shortcut, straight through the mausoleum. Look on the bright side. For now, they seem much more interested in killing each other.
Oh, here we go. Your favorite. Oh, nope. Too early. My bad. Next room. My bad. Yeah. So in Halo 2, right, so in Halo 2, the hunters and the grunts are all on the side of the elites. And then the jackals and... The jackals are scavengers, so they get paid if they're with the Covenant. pardon me, not scavengers. Like they're scavengers, and a lot of them are mercenaries. And so the hunters and the elites, they're all about like loyalty and stuff. And the grunts are they're just followers. And so in this, in Halo 2, they're just with the elites. And then the drones go with brutes. That's it. Prophets are always Halo 3 switches up. But like in lore, it's all over the place.
You might consider sitting this one out.
To be fair, I don't think anything can compete with this situation. Fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh no, we have to listen to it again. To always help the elites. Yeah, and then yeah. But then I'd regret that decision because then I'd have to face off against elite ultras.
Transponders. It's the Commander and Johnson. They're closing on Truth's position, Chief. They'll need your help. Oh, good time. No, well, I got wrecked by the sword guy. Not that one.
confirmed reports of flood leaving in Amberclad's wreckage. Let's get the index and find a way out of here before things get really ugly.
Split them up, one in each phantom.
The hopes of all the Covenant rest on your shoulders, Chieftain.
My faith is strong. I will not fail.
Let him be. The great journey waits for no one, brother. Not even you.
Yeah. 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 Right. Or underwear. Yeah. This level can be done in 4 minutes. I can't do it that fast, but I can do it in about like 7. Grunts are on our side. Fuck. Oh, good. And then I should get going after this. Fuck me. Okay, good. I usually take it a bit safe, but it's parents and I are going out to dinner today. Probably Panera Bread. It's like it's like a panini place. They have really good bread, really good desserts and everything, but they're known for like their sandwiches and their soups. They're really really nice place. Yeah. If it's like a nice hefty sandwich.
No! Circle the back!
Yeah.
How long do you plan on finding
Yeah. It's heavy on heavy on calories if you get the right setup. But still nutritious. Okay, here's the part where I struggle a bit, so bear with me. Almost got it. There we go. Ah, it's the best I've ever done it. Typically, like, really struggle on that part. And I think it helps to have a second player. And then there's a really nice trick here where you just fall off. I've never been able to do it, so I just walk around. Oh wait, you're not behind. Yeah. This is a really fun level. Yeah, just for if you want to like learn speedrunning. And it teaches you a lot about the game because you learn a lot about like how jumping feels and so on. Fuck. Oh well. I just dropped down too far. Yeah. Yeah, sure. Yeah, makes sense. Alrighty. You too, rye bread. Bye. Good night. You stayed up really late today.